and manifests as a natural outcome of well-established historical legal facts. Share your time, talent, and treasure. Become part of KAILASA. Sign up as an eCitizen https://kailasa.ecitizen.info.
With Paramashiva's grace, we have evolved UAN, United Nations for Ancient Nations. Paramashiva successfully manifested, and now he is introducing this to all of you, to the world formally, United Ancient Nations. It is United Nations for Ancient Indigenous Nations. This is a profound intergovernmental body. More than 100 ancient nations are already part members of this UAN. It is to unite and support all the indigenous nations, indigenous kingdoms all over the world.
Around 5,000 years ago, at the end of Mahabharat War, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization consisted of 10,000 Hindu traditions, or sampradayas, that existed in 56 Hindu nations, 200 Hindu kingdoms, 1,700 Hindu provinces that covered more than 6 million kilometers square of Asia. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, SPH, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of KAILASA, this ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. KAILASA is an unbroken cultural, religious, historical, civilizational, and sovereign continuation and revival of multiple of these historical Hindu sovereign states and Hindu ecclesiastical entities. The unbroken continuity of these ancient Hindu nations through KAILASA results in the legal recognition of KAILASA as per the international customary law, particularly the doctrine of continuity. The international law, the doctrine of continuity, implies that upheavals and revolutions within a country, changes in government, territorial adjustments, measures taken during military occupation, or other internal transformations do not negate the existence of the country, do not affect the legal personality and international obligations of the country or state. The Vienna Convention on Succession of States in respect of treaties, 1978, addresses these principles of the doctrine of continuity as it outlines international law during situation of state succession or continuation. International law recognizes a state's legal personality by recognizing its identity. This perspective extends even during the period when the given state or country is annexed or occupied by a foreign power. Even in such cases, the legal personality of the state is considered to persist, enabling its subsequent re-establishment. Historical examples dating back to the 18th century include cases like Portugal and Genoa that were re-established after the Vienna Congress of 1815. More recent examples include countries such as Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, and Austria that were re-established after World War II. Even when a nation is deprived of its territory, the nation continues to exist. Its sovereignty and international legal personality continues to persist. The Dalai Lama, as the spiritual and temporal leader of Tibet, exemplifies this principle. In 1959, the Dalai Lama was exiled and forced to flee. Despite the challenges faced, the Dalai Lama continues to advocate for the preservation of Tibetan culture and garners worldwide support for Tibetan autonomy on the global stage. Similarly, from 1309 to 1376, the Pope of Catholicism had been in exile in Avignon. Despite this, he was recognized as the head of state as well as head of the church and given full privileges of the position after their return to Rome. Even in 1861, much of the papal territories had been lost, leaving the Pope with no sovereign territory other than the papal residence and related buildings. Yet his temporal powers were still acknowledged. He was recognized as a head of state, and later, the Lateran Treaty of 1929 formally re-established papal sovereignty over the Vatican City. The Sovereign Order of Malta further exemplifies this principle, retaining international recognition as a sovereign entity despite the permanent loss of their territory upon Napoleon's invasion in June 1798. Despite such permanent loss of territory, the sovereignty and the international legal personality of the Sovereign Order of Malta continue to persist. Much later in 1894, the order settled in Rome and acquired two properties, the Magistral Palace and the Magistral Villa that received extraterritorial status. Today, the order maintains diplomatic relations with 112 countries, issues its own diplomatic passports, currency stamps, and vehicle registration plates, and has been granted observer status in the United Nations. All these examples of state re-establishment illustrate the principle of continuity of states, as per international law, that a state's legal personality persists over time. A nation continues to exist even after a complete loss of territory. A far more striking example is of the oceanic countries, which are under the threat of their entire nation being drowned and submerged due to rising sea levels owing to global warming. In response to such existential threat of climate change, Pacific Island nations, including Tuvalu, have enacted constitutional amendments and made international declarations affirming that their nation and their sovereign rights will continue to persist, despite their entire territory being lost to the sea. This proactive stance is highlighted in the Constitution of Tuvalu Act 2023 and the Pacific Islands Forum Declaration of 2021. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, BHAGAVAN Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva, through the line of succession, is the present 203rd Emperor of the Hindu Sovereign Kingdom of Surangi Samrajya. He was crowned on the 31st of December 2004 at the age of 26. Thus, by very same principles of the doctrine of continuity, through which the international legal personality of Portugal, Genoa, Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, Austria, Vatican, Tibet, Sovereign Order of Malta, and several other nations has been recognized despite having undergone a period of exile, annexation, occupation by a foreign power, or despite loss of territory. The SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam, through well-established legal and historical facts about the Hindu sovereign state of the Surangi Samrajyam, derives all sovereign rights and powers of the royal lineage of the Surangi Samrajyam as its 203rd sovereign emperor, from his inheritance and continuation of the unbroken succession of the kingdom of Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam Sarvanapitha. Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam, through unification with 20 other sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical, historical entities, became part of the United States of KAILASA, which thus became a sovereign, independent juridical state, with the SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam as the sovereign.
Before we begin the Uttamottama Paksha, Before we begin the Uttamottama Seva today, we request all the participants to declare the following with integrity and authenticity. If you agree to the following, please say yes loudly. I authentically cognize this internally process, understand, and declare the truth that the cosmic energy exists. Yes. I authentically cognize this internally process, understand, and declare the truth that Swamiji is the Chinmaya Vigraha, the embodiment and representation of that very cosmic energy. Yes. I authentically cognize this internally process, understand, and declare the truth that whatever I offer to Swamiji during the Uttamottama Seva will reach the cosmic source of energy directly. Yes. I authentically cognize this internally process, understand, and declare the truth of Sohamasmi, that even when I worship, I am holy. Yes. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatītam Gaganasadaृशं Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatītam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Samarambham Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Madhyamam Nithyananda Paryantam Vande Guru Parampara ललाटे त्रिपुण्ड्रे निर्लकृतकस्तूरीतिलकः वरन्मालाधारस्फुरितकटिकौपीनवदनः तथा नोदुस्तारं शिरसि परिराजं शशिकला प्रदीपः सर्वेषाम् अरुणगिरियोगी विजयते आचम्य शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं श्रीवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तयेत् प्राणानायव्या संकल्पः ममोपात्त समस्तदलितक्षयद्वारा भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव प्रीत्यर्थम् अद्य पूर्वोक्त एवं गुणविशेषण विशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभदिनौ श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूप भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव उत्तमोत्तम पक्ष उपचारयुक्त पूजां करिष्ये ओम पौपस्पृश्य सगलीकृत्य सामान्यार्घ्यं संस्थाप्य ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय ॐ नमस्ते रुद्रमन्यवपुतो तरिषभे नमः नमस्ते अस्तु तन्वने Om
गन्धद्वारान्दुरादर्शाम् नित्यपुष्टाम् हरीषिणीम् ईश्वरीकुम् सर्वभूतानाम् तानिहो बह्वये श्रियम् गन्धान् धारयामि गन्धस्योपरि हरिद्रा कुङ्कुमचूर्णम् समर्पयामि पुष्पैः पूजयामि
अथ धूपः
ॐ दशाङ्गम् गुग्गुलो वेदम् सुगन्धम् च सुमनोहरम् आग्नेयः सर्वदेवानाम् धूपोऽयम् प्रतिगच्छताम्
श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः।
धूपमाग्रापयामि
अथ दीपः
ॐ
सात्यं
त्रिवर्तिसंयुक्तम् वह्निना योजितम् मया ग्रहाणमङ्गलम् दीपम् त्रैलोक्यतिमिरापहम् सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिवाय नमः दीपम् सन्दर्शयामि
नैवेद्यम् ॐ अमृते
अमृतोद्भवे अमृतवर्धिनि अमृतम् श्रावय श्रावय स्वाहा सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिवाय नमः अमृतम् महानैवेद्यम् निवेदयामि नैवेद्यानन्तरमाचमनम् समर्पयामि
नीराजनम्
ॐ अन्धाय विद्महे परमान्धाय धीमहि तन्नो अन्धः प्रचोदयात् ॐ अन्धाय विद्महे परमान्धाय धीमहि तन्नो अन्धः प्रचोदयात् ॐ अन्धाय विद्महे परमान्धाय धीमहि तन्नो अन्धः प्रचोदयात्
श्री
सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिवाय नमः कर्पूरनीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि रक्षान् धारयामि
With Paramashiva's grace, we have evolved UAN, United Nations for Ancient Nations. Paramashiva successfully manifested, and now he is introducing this to all of you, to the world formally, United Ancient Nations. It is United Nations for Ancient Indigenous Nations. This is a profound intergovernmental body. More than 100 ancient nations are already part members of this UAN. It is to unite and support all the indigenous nations, indigenous kingdoms all over the world.
Around 5,000 years ago, at the end of Mahabharat War, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization consisted of 10,000 Hindu traditions, or sampradayas, that existed in 56 Hindu nations, 200 Hindu kingdoms, 1,700 Hindu provinces that covered more than 6 million kilometers square of Asia. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, SPH, BHAGAVAN Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of KAILASA, this ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. KAILASA is an unbroken cultural, religious, historical, civilizational, and sovereign continuation and revival of multiple of these historical Hindu sovereign states and Hindu ecclesiastical entities. The unbroken continuity of these ancient Hindu nations through KAILASA results in the legal recognition of KAILASA as per the international customary law, particularly the doctrine of continuity. The international law, the doctrine of continuity, implies that upheavals and revolutions within a country, changes in government, territorial adjustments, measures taken during military occupation, or other internal transformations do not negate the existence of the country, do not affect the legal personality and international
Guru Purnima reveres the eternal Guru-Shishya Parampara, the lifeline of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. It is a festival of intense gratitude and reverence to the Guru, who not only teaches but awakens our true existence. As revealed by Paramashiva in the Guru Gita, Gu is darkness, Ru is light. The Guru is Brahman, who destroys ignorance undoubtedly. Guru Purnima Brahmotsavam is not only a celebration of gratitude, it is a spiritual revival. At the heart of this celebration is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, who has resurrected the ancient science of Paramadvaita, not just theoretically, but by reviving powerful Enlightenment ecosystems, the 21 spiritual Hindu kingdoms of KAILASA. Each day of the Brahmotsavam is dedicated to one such kingdom, celebrating the Leela that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism manifested, reviving these sacred traditions across 6 levels of cognitive, emotional, social, moral, spiritual, and environmental. This revival honors the Avichinna Guru Parampara, the unbroken lineage of incarnations and gurus, starting from Paramashiva himself. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explains, all relationships add something to you: mother, father, friend, teacher, even your enemy. But the Guru adds you to you. This relationship is the most intimate, sacred, born of love, trust, and the transmission of enlightenment itself. Through his tireless efforts, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revived Sanatana Hindu Dharma from centuries of oppression, persecution, and systemic destruction. Despite attempts to erase this sacred civilization, the Guru, our living link to Paramashiva, has protected and revived its glorious traditions. Thus, the Guru Purnima Brahmotsavam is a celebration of the living Paramashiva in our lives, the Guru. Through offerings, pujas, sevas, and grand celebrations, we express our devotion to our Guru, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, BHAGAVAN Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, the one who is reviving not just ancient knowledge, but our very identity as living Hindus, as powerful spiritual beings. Let us offer Mandagapadi with deep gratitude. Ushering in this powerful Brahmotsavam, let our temples resound with Guru Bhakti, and may the grace of our beloved Bhagavan transform all our lives into the space of Paramadvaita. We'll now offer the rituals of this Mandagapadi offering.
न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेनैके अमृतत्वमानशुः परेण नागं निहितं गुहायां विभ्राजते यद्यतयो विशन्ति वेदान्तविज्ञानसुनिश्चितार्था सन्न्यासयोगाद्यतयः शुद्धसत्त्वाः ते ब्रह्मलोके तु परान्तकाले परामृतात् परिमुच्यन्ति सर्वे दह्रं विपापं परमेश्वभूतं यः पुण्डरीकं पुरमध्यसर्गस्थं तत्रापि दह्रं गगनं विशोकस्तस्मिन् यदन्तस्तदुपासितव्यम् यो वेदादौ स्वरः प्रोक्तो वेदान्ते च प्रतिष्ठितः तस्य प्रकृतिलीनस्य यः परः स महेश्वरः।
Om Paramashivamayam. With the divine grace of Sri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva, and with the auspicious blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, Kailasas around the world present the Guru Purnima Brahmotsavam Patrike. O enlightened beings, descendants of noble clans, all Hindu diaspora, welcome. We now present a verse from the Guru Gita. Dhyanamoolam Guror Murti, Pujamoolam Gurov Padam, Mantramoolam Guror Vakyam, Mokshamoolam Guru Kripa. At the root of dhyana, the form of the Guru is there. At the root of puja is the feet of the Guru. At the root of mantra is the word of the Guru. and at the root of all liberation is the grace of the Guru. During the auspicious Nitya Yuga, Vishwavasu Nama Samvatsara, Uttarayana, Lakshmi Venkateshwara Ritu, Mithuna Masa, Shukla Paksha, Saptami Tithi, Mangala Vasara, Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra, Vyatipata Yoga, and Taitila Karana, the Guru Purnima Brahmotsavam will commence in Kailasas around the world with the Dhvajarohanam, the flag hoisting ceremony at the auspicious Mithuna Lagna, that is from 4:54 am to 7:05 am Indian Standard Time, which coincides with the date of the 1st of July 2025. Kailasas around the world will celebrate the grand Guru Purnima celebrations on the auspicious day of Mithunamasa Purnima on the 10th of July 2025. With the auspicious grace of Sri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Sri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva and his Paramavatara, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, BHAGAVAN Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalayam and Kailasa's temples around the world invite the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, BHAGAVAN Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, to officiate and bless the Guru Purnima Brahmotsavam. Kailasa welcomes all the living beings from all the 14 lokas to this grand celebration.
Shri Kailasonnadadvadashanta Shyamala Pitharudha Shri Meenakshi Sundareshwara Bhinnaswarupa Parashiva Putra Ratna Kumara Gurumanyadulyavatara Shri Parvati Stanyapana Labdha Divya Jnana Vishruta Sakala Nigamagama Bhuta Dravida Veda Pravartre Srimad Paramashiva Karuna Samadhigata Mukta Maya Chaturashrayana Giyamana Chatra Chamara Shri Chinnaka Haladi Samasta Birada Valyalankrita Jnana Vijnana Chakravarti Sarvajana Sangha Sadyo Nirvana Diksha Vyapavarga Varsha Vishrana Jimuta Paramata Kalapakesari Shaiva Siddhanta Sthapanacharya Shri Rajadhiraja Pandya Maharaja Guru Shabana Shakyadi Mahandakara Nivarana Jnana Bhanu Vikshana Narhara Dhvajotchedana Purvaka Srimad Rishabhadvaja Sthapaka Shaiva Samaya Kartre Sarvajna Pita Rudha Shri Jagat Guru Shri Jnana Sambandha Deshika Swami Bhagesha Sundara Manikya Vachaka Swaminam Avatara Bhuta Shri Jnana Sambandha Swami Punaradhrita Shyamala Pita Sarvajna Pita Trinavadyuttara Dvishatama Guru Mahasannidhana Arunagiri Yogishwara Parampara Gata Arunachala Sarvajna Pita Guru Mahasannidhana Kailasa Parampara Gata Kanchi Kailasa Sarvajna Pita Trayastrimshaduttara Dvishatama Guru Mahasannidhana Nityotsava Nitya Mangala Nitya Kalyana Nitya Rajita Kailasa Parampara Gata Adi Kailasa Nityananda Pita Mahasamsthana Mahasimhasana Pita Gatre Sakshat Shri Paramashiva Samudbhuta Kailasa Parampara Gata Vaivasvatamanu Ikshvaku Harishchandra Bhagirata Shri Ramachandra Shurasena Ityadi Anavachinna Sarvabhauma Chakravarti Parampara Gata Chaturshashti Yogini Mandita Chaturshashti Sampradaya Pravartaka Manudharma Shasana Surya Vamsha Prapta Sarvajna Pita Surangi Samrajya Murdha Vishikta Chudamani Sakshat Shri Paramashiva Samudbhuta Kapila Mahaguru Punaradhrita Mahanirvani Pita Ashtottara Sahasra Shri Mahamandaleshwara Sakshat Shri Paramashiva Samudbhuta Shri Mahaganapati Samarambha Anavachinna Pithadishwara Guru Parampara Prapta Atala Pita Ashtottara Sahasratama Ashtottara Sahasra Shri Atala Pithadishwara Dharma Mukti Swarga Puraswarna Pita Trayovimsha Guru Mahasannidhana Kailasa Parampara Gata Adi Pita Sarvajna Pita Jagat Guru Shri Kailasa Punaruddharaka Shri Kailasa Paramacharya Srimad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Varya Sachidananda Pranava Swarupa Shrotriya Brahmanishta Srimad Jagat Guru श्रीलश्री भगवत्श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिन् अत्रागत्य परिपाल्य च अस्मान् विज्ञान वितरणेन विजयी भव जय जय।
ॐ श्वेताङ्गं मणिकुण्डलं परशिवे दीनं प्रसन्नाननं सव्ये तर्जनि मुद्रया च सहितं वामे पयः पात्रकं निर्वाणं शिशुमम्बुजादिसदृशं भस्माक्षमालाधरं नानाद्राविडसत्कविं शिवकरं सम्बन्धमूर्तिं भजे। सहस्रदलपङ्कजे सकलशीतरश्मिप्रभं वराभयकराम्बुजं विमलगन्धपुष्पाम्बरं प्रसन्नवदनेक्षणं सकलदेवतारूपिणं स्मरेच्छिरसि हंसकम्। ॐ सहस्रदलपङ्कजे सकलशीतरश्मिप्रभं वराभयकराम्बुजं विमलगन्धपुष्पाम्बरं प्रसन्नवदनेक्षणं सकलदेवतारूपिणं स्मरेच्छिरसि हंसकं तदभिमानपूर्वं गुरुम्। अथ धूपः। ॐ दशाङ्गं गुग्गुलोपेतं सुगन्धं च सुमनोहरम् आघ्रेयः सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं प्रतिगृह्यताम्। श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। धूपम् आघ्रापयामि। अथ दीपः। ॐ सात्यं त्रिवर्ति संयुक्तं वह्निना योजितं मया ग्रहाणमङ्गलं दीपं त्रैलोक्यतिमिरापहं श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। दीपं सन्दर्शयामि। अथ नैवेद्यम्। ॐ अमृते अमृतोद्भवे अमृतवर्षिणीम् अमृतं श्रावय श्रावय स्वाहा। श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। अमृतं महानैवेद्यं निवेदयामि। नैवेद्यानन्तरमाचमनं समर्पयामि। नीराजनम्। ॐ साङ्ग्रहण्येष्ट्यायजते इमां जनतां सङ्गृह्णानीति द्वादशारत्नीरशना भवति। द्वादशमासा संवत्सरः संवत्सरमेवावरुन्धे मौञ्जी भवति। ऊर्वै मुञ्जाः ऊर्जमेवावरुन्धे चित्रा नक्षत्रं भवति। चित्रं वा एतत्कर्म कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। कर्पूरनीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि। रक्षान् धारयामि। बृहत्सामक्षत्रभृद्वृद्धवृष्ण्यं त्रिष्टुभौजशुभितमुग्रवीरम् इन्द्रस्तोमेन पञ्चदशेन मध्यमिदं वातेन सकरेण रक्षान् धारयामि। शोणाद्रीशावताराय ज्योतिस्तम्भस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् तत्त्वज्ञानप्रदाताय नित्यानन्देश्वररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् मूलप्रकृतिरूपाय परमशिवशक्तिस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् दण्डत्रिशूलहस्ताय कालकालस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् आदिपूज्याय देवाय सकृत्पूर्णत्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सर्वाभयविनाशकाय शत्रुसंहाररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् योगपट्टाभिषिक्ताय राजसन्न्यासधारिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सार्वभौमैकवत्याय राजराजार्चिताय च श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं कल्पवृक्षाय मङ्गलं ज्ञानदायिने परमशिवाय श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वराय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं श्रीविद्याम्बायै मङ्गलं कामदायिन्यै सर्वमङ्गलदात्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं गुरुदेवाय मोक्षमूलाय मङ्गलम् परमावताराय नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे मङ्गलम् हरिः ॐ तत्सत् सर्वं भगवत् श्रीनित्यानन्द परमशिवपादुकार्पणमस्तु ॐ नित्यानन्दम्
Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam for this grand Guru Purnima Brahmotsavam in Kailasa's temples around the world. And it is our pride and privilege now to announce the commencement of the 45th Chaturmasya, which will be beginning on the Guru Purnima day. Thank you. Nithyanandam.